Hello and welcome to Bloomberg Quint. Havells has reported its quarterly numbers this time, and the revenues have actually fallen by almost 10% to almost 2,270 crore rupees. Joining us to dissect the results, we are having company's chairman and MD Anil Rai Gupta. Hello, sir. So if you could, give us the details, how the segmental performance has been.
So I guess I think it's a mixed response. I would say that while our revenues have come down in this particular quarter, but if we dissect the results a little bit, if we almost 2,000 crores sales of standalone Havells, which is down by almost 8 to 9%. The entire degrowth is from only 30% of the business, which is industrial and which is dependent upon industrial sales, like industrial switchgear, industrial cables and professional luminaires. So that's where the reduction has come. All the residential and consumer-oriented businesses have been able to at least maintain the revenues. We've seen some challenge in terms of cash flow situation in the marketplace, and hence, contractors, electrical contractors and all, not having enough cash to complete the projects, or the builders not having enough money. So there was a little bit of contraction in the demand in this particular quarter. We've also been maintaining our market shares in all the product categories. So on the Havells side, I think while there is a degrowth in numbers, but the satisfying thing is that major parts of the businesses have shown growth or at least remained flat. Well, on the Lloyd side as well, again, yeah.
Yes, we are speaking of Lloyd itself, like the AC sales have somewhat been fine, but the LED TV business is something, which is something which we'll be watching out for, and it did impact the quarterly numbers. So how do you think the outlook will be there, going ahead for FY20?
Well, I think if we look at the overall Lloyd business, 70-75% of the sales come from AC business. In these second and third quarter, AC sales are down because of the season, and hence you see a larger impact on the LED degrowth. Going forward, we are very clear how we want to maintain. It will be more of a portfolio filler in the LED panel business. The mainstay business will continue to remain as ACs, and in future washing machines and refrigerators. So ACs was again challenging last year, mainly because our plant was not all set up. So we were the only company which was dependent on imports. The import duties went up, the dollar went up. So it was something like a perfect storm. Now with the plant fully operational, I think in this particular quarter, coming quarter, the situation will be reversed, where we were dependent upon 80% import from China. We will be manufacturing in-house entirely the production. So that is going to be a big change in the coming year for Lloyd, and which will not only help build the volumes, as you've seen, we've grown in the last quarter as well, which was a low season quarter, but also will definitely improve margins in the coming quarters.
And sir, what kind of market share gains, have you seen in the electric consumer durable segment, since the revenues have also, seen a kind of an increase?
So I think definitely we track market shares, and in the last 9 months also, in all product categories, we have either retained or gained market share. So again, product to product it varies, but we have, overall, while the numbers seem muted, we have not lost market share in any product category.
And sir, due to the intense winters which we have seen, how has the sales panned out, for the water geysers, especially in the northern regions?
So water heater business is, while it is a seasonal product, but it is not so much dependent upon the extent of winter. It is more dependent upon the residential installations. It has been a fast-growing product category for us, and we have been able to maintain our leadership position even in this particular quarter. The rest of the products like room heaters and all are very small product categories. Again, we are leaders in the OFR category, but it's still a very small category. It has done very well this year. Because it is more of an impulsive buy product, but it's not really worth mentioning because it's a small product category though.
And what kind of new value-added launches can we expect, going into 2020 across various categories?
I think in every product category, be it switchgear, we've launched the electronic circuit breaker protection product categories. In fans, we are launching a huge amount of models only to continue on a drive of premiumization of the category itself. So every product category has various number of SKUs and models. I think in ACs, because now we have our own manufacturing, again helped by the Make in India boost by the government. We are focusing a lot on value-added products, even in air conditioners. Like, we'll be the first ones to make the heavy-duty air conditioners in India. Otherwise, they're all imported from abroad. So we'll be the first ones to make heavy-duty air conditioners in India as well. So every product category has many new product offerings coming up.
So which kind of clientele are you expecting for this heavy-duty air conditioners, and what kind of market share are you targeting?
I think right now it's only a very small part of the market. 10% of the market is, or lower than that, actually 7 or 8% of the market is heavy-duty. But that's also because of the huge price difference between a regular product and a heavy-duty. I think going forward, because we manufacture in India, the cost difference should be lower, and hence we could target a higher category share for heavy duty going forward. So again, this product has to be still launched, so we will talk about it more in the future.
And sir, what are the current debt levels looking like for the company?
Our cash position has improved. We have now over 1,000 crores in cash, which was around 700 in the last quarter. So there is a big amount of focus on the maintaining healthy levels of working capital in the organization.
And after this, sir, what is the current capacity utilization levels, for your plants, and and if any capex plans, if any, going into FY20?
Well, FY19 and FY20 we had 500 crores each of capex plans, and we will be completing that. And even in the coming year, the last bit of capex, which is about should be around 350-400 crores, will also be added. So we will be in a very healthy capacity utilization position in all our product categories by the end of this year.
Well, sir, for the summer of 2020, the room AC prices have continued to remain under pressure, despite normalized inventory situation across the country. And there is also the emergence of foreign players, like Samsung and Media Carrier. All of them have actually intensified the competition. So what is your outlook, for these room ACs, for the company as well as the industry as a whole?
I think last year, yes, there was intensive pressure on the pricing, and we couldn't participate in that because of the we were not having a handle on the cost because we were importing entirely. With now our factory in place, we are in a much better position to compete in the marketplace with decent margin levels as well.
Well, this quarter, the margins you did speak about were maintained at almost 11.8% due to cost rationalization and lower ad spends. So what is the margin outlook, you can give for FY20 and also for the last quarter of FY20?
Well, we don't give number guidance for the future, please.
Okay, and for the company's outlook as well, if you have to go in general?
In general, definitely, with the low volumes, the margins were under a bit pressure, but we've been able to maintain because of cost rationalization. With operating leverage coming in, we should definitely see improvements in margins going forward.
All right, sir, we'll leave it till there. Thanks for talking to Bloomberg, Quint.
Thank you.